Tragedy has hit Tamale Teaching Hospital. Now, as I talk to you, the President of the Republic of Ghana has sacked the CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital. And this happened after the Minister of Health visited TTH, which is Tamale Teaching Hospital, this afternoon. Now, this is as a result of a patient who has died 2 days ago, and the public feels that if the person had been handled well, he wouldn't have died. Now, it is interesting because when the minister got there, it was war between the management and the minister. I have all the videos that we are going to watch, so stay tuned to the end. I support the minister and I support the management at some point. And I also blame the minister and I blame the management too as well. It is interesting, right? We're going to see that at the end of the video. Stay tuned. My name is Cosman and this is Cosman Investor. Please, if you are new to my YouTube channel, do want to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any video I uploaded, right? Or you've done that. Now let's go straight into the video. Now, TTH tragedy has hit TTH. This is as a result of one patient was transferred from a different hospital to TTH. Now, it was an emergency case. If I say emergency, I mean it was an accident case. And the person was transferred to the Tamale accident and an emergency unit. Now, the person lost his life. May the person soul rest in peace. And there has been a lot of anger centered on TTH management. I don't know who this person is, but I feel the person is a big person, a political figure, because mostly people die and then nobody gives a fuck about it. Nobody says anything. Anyway, I'm happy because the death of this person is making them to realize that TTH needs some changes in their management. Now, that happened like 2 days ago, and then there has been a lot of complaints with the Minister of Health heard about it. He was very angry and he decided to visit TTH because first of all, there has been rumors about bad hygiene at the hospital, and also the management is not managing anything well in the hospital there. The Minister of Health said that then today let me pay them a visit to the hospital.
Even the minister, look at the way you are behaving in front of me. So you can imagine how I'm trying to explain. You can imagine how I'm trying to be no, but you see, how can you behave like this? So it means that he's doing worse things here. It means that he's doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
I mean, even with your superiors, look at how you are arguing. There's a problem. There's a problem here. So if the commoner comes here, can you imagine what he will do? How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate with people here? How will he do that? There's a problem.
When the minister went there, he was talking to the people in charge of the emergency unit. And Charlie, it is interesting because that's why I said that I support the minister and I also support the management at some point. Now, the people said that, the management, they said that the person died because there were no facilities.
The call was made, the 4 vents were in use, so there was no extra vents anywhere to put the patient on. So that was the issue that kind of caused the delay. But all the resuscitation was done here. We called the ICU and they said they didn't have any vent available for the intubation. And at that point, there's really little that you'll be able to do without the intubation. So the patient was being bagged here until the patient could.
So when the patient go here, how many minutes did they get you to assess the patient?
Oh, within 10 minutes, because usually when you score red, you are immediately brought to the red zone. There is no situation where you have to delay.
You see this guy here, I salute the guy. Charlie, the guy was the person representing the management at that point. The minister went there with the mind that the person was not handled well. That's how come the person died.
Even the minister, look at the way you are behaving in front of me. So you can imagine how I'm trying to explain. You can imagine how I'm trying to be no, but you see, how can you behave like this? So it means that he's doing worse things here. It means that he's doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
Even with your superiors, look at how you are arguing. There's a problem. There's a problem here. So if the commoner comes here, can you imagine what he will do? How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate with people here? How will he do that? There's a problem.
And the guy said no. The person died because we were not having the facilities.
And then?
Honorable, not to comment, but you see, if that communication wasn't done, whoever is making a case out of it wouldn't have even known. Because we make it a point, before we intubate the patient, the family must be informed that this is the next step that is needed. So there's no way somebody would have said that appropriate counseling wasn't done. Then how did we arrive at that point and we called the ICU? So that communication has been done. I don't know what's making the issue blow out of proportion, but there's no circumstances under which a patient will come, need intubation. Intubation, you need consent.
The guy is saying that there were no ventilators and then there were no beds as at the time the patient arrived at the hospital. And the minister is saying that the person died because there was poor communication between one unit and the other. It's like the person was supposed to be transferred from one unit to the other. The minister is saying that
even the minister, look at the way you are behaving in front of me. So you can imagine how you can imagine how you treat but you see how can you behave like this? So it means that he's doing worse things here. It means that he's doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
I mean, even with your superiors, look at how you are arguing. There's a problem here. So if a commoner comes here, can you imagine what? How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate with people here? How will he do that? There's a problem.
the person died because there was lack of communication. But then the guy is saying that no, that is not it. The problem is that there were no beds at the time the patient came. Now for the management to say that there were no beds, then you are putting the blame on the government. And the minister was the one representing the government at that time. So for the government, for the minister to angrily come there and be told that the person died because there were no beds, there were no ventilators, then it means that he has to take the blame and go back.
So you can imagine how you can imagine how you but you see how can you behave like this? So it means that he's doing worse things here. It means that he's doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
I mean, even with your superiors, look at how you are arguing.
The minister said, nah, bro, listen to me. It is not that. It is because of lack of communication. The guy too said, nah, bro, it is not because of that. It is because there were no facilities. It was interesting. But I like the guy's confidence.
Because we have the capacity to have intubated the patient.
Yeah, we all know the ideal situation. And we all know what must be done to solve.
Because mostly everybody will keep quiet. Charlie, the Minister of Health is talking and you're talking back. Like, what do you mean, bro? Everybody will shut up, let the minister talk, blah, blah, blah. Then you just say, oh, we are sorry, But the guy said, nah, bro, we ain't going to say sorry here. It is because...
You can imagine how you
there were no facilities. And I understand the guy at that point. Charlie, if there are no beds, are you expecting them to take off some poor person and then put that person on the bed? Like, what do you mean? The government was also supposed to provide beds at the hospital there. So the guy was right at that point, bro. But the minister was like, they should have done anything possible to save the person's life. And then moving on, so they now decided to take the minister on a tour to some of the things that are not working well in the hospital. And they need help. And this is where I blame the money. Like, I was so angry when I watched the video at this point.
So what it means is that anybody who comes here will not have access to the washroom. That's what it means.
No, they will have to move to the one at Orange.
I'm saying that.
Yes, but here
you told me that there's one here and there's a staff.
Yes.
The staff also have one. And that's why you brought me here to come and see.
Yes.
Is that not the point?
Yes.
Meanwhile, it's not accessible to the patients.
No, it's only accessible when the tap's open.
So
that's the situation. So for a while now, water hasn't been flowing in there. And that's what I wanted you to see. You see that there are sachets. People enter there and they use sachet water and then just dump it there. Now that's the situation.
at least, even if it is not being used, they can clean the place and lock it.
There's no water.
No, you can clean the place and lock.
There's no water to scrub the place.
You don't have water to do anything. You can make arrangement for the tankers,
yeah.
the tankers to bring water, and so you don't have that arrangement, Dr. T? You are telling me that you can't have water for this place to run this facility?
Let me vouch for my boss a little bit. This is Dr. Valentine. He's the HOD of the emergency. And one night, we didn't have water at the emergency, and he himself got them to get the yellow barrels to come and bring water for the nurses to work. So, at our level, sometimes my HOD does his best.
Yes, I agree. And I'm the first person to admit that there are challenges with respect to water in Tamale. But that's why a leader here, that's why you're a CEO here. Not until we resolve the issue completely. I've been on the committee for a very long time, and we have always been talking about this. And we think, we know that you have a way of providing water for the facility until we solve the issue permanently. And that is what we have been briefing us. We know that the Tamale water challenge goes beyond the facility. It's well known in the country and all that. But you cannot tell me that, because if you are not very careful, people come here and pick the diseases from here and go home. That's what it is. And you know, you're a medical doctor.
Yes, sir.
So they will come here because there's no water. The person is sick. He comes here and picks the disease and he goes home with the disease because there's no water.
So we have the 2 tankers.
Good.
I think the last week they went the whole day. They were allowed to 4 trips. That 4 trips alone cannot dialyze take care of the dialysis unit for a day. Because when you open one dialysis machine, like you open a tap. So the 4 tankers a day is not enough. So when the water can we prioritize. We have the public toilet that we have for patients. So if this one is locked, then they'll use the public one. It's outside, it was built by GMPC. So maybe on the way we'll pass there. Only it's a bit far from here. But
I've come because of you, don't worry. Let's proceed.
You take the minister to some of the, I think, the urinals and the washroom that are not working in the hospital. Because there's no water flowing, the patients in the hospital use it and then they end up throwing the rubbish around. You know, Tamale is a Muslim populated community. And mostly when a Muslim goes to the washroom, the person would have to wash. So you see them going with you see most people going with pure water, sachet. And then when they use it, they dump it because they don't bring it out. They don't bring it back after they use it in the washroom. So the person will definitely dump it somewhere. And 2, because there is no water in Tamale, the management of the hospital was trying to tell the minister that there's poor sanitation because water is not flowing. But bro, what do you mean? We know water is a major challenge in Tamale. And you're trying to tell me that TTH is not clean because water is a major challenge in Tamale. So it means that TTH will never be clean because there has never been a situation where the water problem in Tamale has been solved. And these people were not ashamed of themselves. They're not ashamed to take the minister to go and show him that this is the problem. Bro, that is why there is management. That is why there is a CEO of TTH. If there's no water in Tamale Teaching Hospital, other institutions are running in Tamale Teaching in Tamale. So you don't tell me that the urinals are unkept because there's no water flowing. Bro, they're supposed to get funds to get that working. Even if you have to go and cry to the government, if you have to go and cry to the public, the minister was 100% right at that point. Because the place is so filthy that people even come there and then pick diseases and go home with it. Somebody will come with disease A, treat it, and then go back with disease B because the person visited the washroom and it was so filthy. And you don't tell me that if there is no water, that is the reason why rubbish has to be around. The people are not trying. They have to like keep the place neat. But then you, the management, are there because of these things. If the people are not trying, you, the management, have to go in. And you are not ashamed of yourselves as a CEO. At that point, they even asked the CEO, and the explanation the CEO was giving was not making any sense as a CEO of the hospital. Bro, it's like the man went unannounced just to see what's going on. They even asked the CEO at some point about some of the equipment. And actually, the answer the CEO was giving, it wasn't making any sense at all. As a CEO, when they ask you, why is this, you're supposed to explain. Tamale Teaching Hospital is not so big that the CEO does not know what's happening at every point. Bro, you should go around and know what is happening. The hospital is not so big. It's not like white people hospitals that to be like a whole village or something. No.
Oh, yes. No. So your brand new one, it never works again. That one worked for some time.
And it's also locked?
Yes.
You can't get access to it now?
No, we'll get them.
Okay. It worked for how many days?
I think
Yes.
it's not working before I even came.
So you have been here for how many years? 2 years. You've been here for 2 years. And so what it means, the minimum is not been working for the past 2 years. Do you know how many years it's not been working apart from? You should know. How many years has it been down?
Then, I'll say 3 years.
3 years.
The man could not even give any sensible answers. I am not happy they have sacked somebody's father. I am not happy somebody has lost a job, but then the man was not actually doing the right thing. And at the sanitation part, he was there trying to defend the fact that the place is dirty because there's no water in Tamale. So because there's no water in Tamale, you can't manage it. There are tankers around carrying water up and down. You could make arrangement for the water to be coming as much as possible to the hospital, bro. And as a CEO, you are there saying that it is okay, they should leave it like that because there's no water. And some of the staff were also trying to explain, a lady trying to explain, like we are seeing the hospital being filthy, and you mean that like nothing can be done about it. It is okay because there's no water in Tamale. There's no water, but then other institutions are running in Tamale, bro. After the incident, they brought out this release to the public. And this is what it said. The management of TTH has taken note of reports circulating on social media concerning the unfortunate death of a patient at our accident and emergency ward. These reports include allegations of negligence on the part of the hospital. They use the word allegations. We extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved family and share in their grief during this profoundly difficult time. And then 1. Preliminary findings indicate that the patient who was referred from another facility required a specialized procedure that regrettably is not yet available at TTH. So they are trying to say that they needed some equipment and facilities which are not available at TTH. That's how come the person died. They're shifting the blame to the government. Okay. Point number 2. Additionally, all 4 of our intensive care unit ICU beds, which serve the entire northern Ghana, were fully occupied at the time of the patient's arrival. Now, this is what they were telling the minister. The minister got angry, you know. Now, you cannot tell me that the minister was not really taking any responsibility at that time. Bro, Charlie, it is interesting. Point number 3. Whilst we acknowledge and understand the public's concern, we respectfully urge all stakeholders to remain calm and avoid drawing premature Charlie. This is not a joke. Sorry. This is not a joke. Sorry. Premature conclusions. Premature conclusions. The hospital has constituted an internal investigative team to thoroughly examine the circumstances surrounding this incident and blah blah blah, plain English. Right now, the CEO has been sacked, and I'll say it again. I am not happy they sacked somebody's father, but then the CEO was not doing best. A hospital should be as clean as possible, bro. Let the market be dirty. Let the roadside be dirty, but not the hospital. Every part of Tamale can be dirty, but not TTH. Not Tamale Teaching Hospital. Like, and this happens, like, is it when you go to Tamale, when you go to Northern Region, most of the people who are in charge of the institutions, they don't handle the places well. They are so irresponsible when it comes to hygiene. Like the measures they are supposed to put in place, they don't put in place, and then they end up blaming the people that the people come and do this and this and do that. Bro, you are supposed to put in measures to guide the people. That's why you are a leader. That is why you are a leader. Like, how do you feel so okay to even go and show the Minister of Health that this place is dirty because there's no water in Tamale? Are you expecting President John Mahama to fetch water and bring to you? Like, are you expecting us to bring you water? Like, what do you mean? As a management, bro, there should be funds for all this. Like, damn, bro, damn. So yeah, a lot happened today. As I said, the CEO has been sacked and blah blah blah. The minister and the government too. The things are not there. The facilities are not there. How are you expecting the people to be able to treat them when they need those facilities to treat the people? They need the equipment to treat the people. You know they are not there. You are a minister of health. You know they are not there. The beds are not enough. The ventilators are not there. How are they going to treat the people if they need to use this equipment to treat the people? At a point, the minister even got angry. Like, he does not even want to listen to the guy again when the guy is telling him that it was as a result of no beds and no ventilators. And at that point, I was also happy with the minister's action. Now the minister even wanted to escape like collecting responsibility. Bro, you are complaining that you people didn't handle the patient well. The management is telling them that no, it is not because it is because the government is not responsible enough to provide the facilities. And the man said no, it is because of lack of communication. And what was interesting was that the minister was even saying that, see, you are not even communicating with me well, then how then were you able to communicate with the other units? So this confirms that you guys are not communicating well, because the guy here is not even communicating well to me, bro. Understand the fact that the facilities were not there and the government has to do something about it. Then you just angrily come in there and just wanting to put the blame on the people. The government will take 50% of the blame. Now you understand why I said I blame the government, I blame the minister, and I also blame the hospital. Guys, my name is Cosman and this is Cosman Investor. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please do want to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so I don't miss any video upload here. Bye, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.